right? So that's a one-off. Our churches, right? About the only thing you can get a loan for as a small business person of size is a church. But even then, you got black churches and you got white churches. You got some multi, was it the multiracial?
Multi-denominational,
No, not that one. I mean, like, you have multiple
non-denominational.
ethnic group. Multiple ethnic groups is what I'm getting at. Multiracial,
Oh,
I think, is what the term. You got some of those churches, but they're disproportionately still ran by a white pastor, but which whatever on that. But we're still split there. There is a one-off version for everything for black versus our university system. We don't have equal endowments because we've been deprived from actually having the ability to create the wealth to give the endowments back to our schools, and the U.S. government refuses to step in the gap for that. So it's always there, right? A black man gets murdered by a police officer, and automatically, well, what happened before the video started? But a bunch of white people go and attack the Capitol Hill and cause the death of two police officers and injure 140 more. And it's, well, bad things happen. Let's move on. So
yeah.
you can pass a law, but a law doesn't mean anything if you aren't willing to enforce it. And that has historical legs. When they did Brown v. Board of Education, passed that I think in '54. We're in the '60s, still desegregated. '90s, still segregated. '90s, still segregated. You had schools in the 2000s having their first interracial proms, right? So what's the point of
Wow.
having a law if you're not going to enforce it? So yeah,
Yeah.
like you were saying, yeah, there's a lot of things out there. Like, who was it who was talking? I think it was on the videos Marlon showed, or maybe I saw it on another video, where like there are no laws on the books that are expressly race related.
Yeah, that was mine, and it
Mhm.
was the fact that it has nothing to do with law. It's the enforcement of the law.
Correct,
Well,
because that's where you end up with de jure and de facto, and so a lot
yeah.
of the de jure rules have been removed, or they've been shrouded with new language. But the de facto, yeah, that stuff is still hanging in there loud and proud.
I, I will leave the last word up to Tracy or Anna. Well, Tracy, because Tracy haven't said anything.
This country makes me sick.
Yeah.
Sick, 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 sick. I can't think of nothing else I can say. I am so sick and tired of slavery was a long time ago and da 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 da. You know, there was a funny little sketch that I saw, either it was on TikTok, it was probably Instagram because I don't go to TikTok that much. And it said, how can, like, they were living, like, life lived without black inventions.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to live a day without anything that a black person actually invented.
So no
They could
furnace.
they couldn't do it. Do you know I was in my 40s by the time I learned a black person invented oh shoot, I want to say the refrigerator so bad. It was one of those,
The traffic light.
the traffic light, thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm 40, I'm in my 40s and I'm learning this. I should have learned that in school. I should have learned that Dr. Drew, I can't think of his last, that was his last name. He was the first doctor that did a
Open
blood
heart.
transfer. Yeah, open heart surgery. We don't learn
Mhm.
these things, and it's by design. The whole thing is by design. You got a whole state that wants to make you think that Rosa Parks sat on the bus because her feet were tired. Crapola it was. If the system doesn't want to teach us our history, we better be in place to teach our children and ourselves. We got a lot of history that we need to learn. Because if I'm in my 40s and I'm just now knowing that a black person invented the traffic light, what the tarnation? What in the world is happening to this country? Second point. Can we get rid of the Supreme Court? I'm sorry, I just got to go on this little tangent Because no, can I say the whole thing? Those things. Because all these rights that we fought for, like I was back there fighting. All the rights that my ancestors fought for, and the courts are just chipping them away. Put the voting booth, put it way out 50, 60 miles away from where somebody lives. Sure, throw it away. They don't need to vote. What do they need to vote for? Sure, make them get ID and they may be homeless. Hey, it doesn't even matter. You have to have an address to vote, but if they don't have an address, they can't vote. Sure, if you live in Florida and the citizens vote that, hey, if you're in prison, you can vote, and the governor says, I don't know what y'all voted on, they're still not voting. America, you make me sick. I am so I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know where I should fight first. Because if you just think I'm gonna just sit back and just let you just kind of squash over Black history, wrong. I'm gonna make sure that my nieces know, my nephews know, my cousins know, everybody knows.